खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Somebody, when we walk on the path of spirituality, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਤਮ ਗਿਆਨ ਦੇ ਰਸਤੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੁਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, and we try to take a wisdom of Gurvani Guru, the wisdom of from inside us, from our Atma, and little bit kripa happens, which is great, right? But we start thinking that usse time te, the same time, this ego attacks us. And that chore inside us says, how we can, that I am something. The arrogance will say, oh, you are waking up at Amrit Vela, you are going in Sachi Sangat, you are doing everything great. There are very rare ones who are like you. The home kicks in, basically. But Maharaj says there are many who have attained the avastha of Siddhi. They are Siddh Purush. Siddh Purush is that all the Maya is under their control. They can ask for anything. There are some who are Jati, Jat Sat, where the people who have controlled their sexual desire. Jogi. Now, literal meaning of yoga is to connect. Maharaj says there are so many yogis there. Why you are so arrogant? That you think that you are the only one who is praising Vaheguru? You are the rare one who do the Sangat. Maharaj says there are millions of them in this world. In today's world also. Some are Rajoguni, some are Tamoguni, some are Sattoguni. There are millions of them. You are not the only one. Kai Kot, Siddh, Jati, Jogi. There are many. Millions. Millions are there which are Siddh, Jati, and Jogi. Many. Jinane Jat Sat rakhya, they have powers and all. Right? Whatever they ask for, whatever ardas they do, they get it. Kai Kot, Raje, Ras, Bhogi. There are so many kings. And they are enjoying all the pleasures of this world. Because that's what they want. Not everybody wants to meet Vaheguru. We have discussed this many times, Guru Pyayo. When the last time comes, there are desires which are still not fulfilled. And when somebody leaves the body, even if they have done the bhakti whole life, they have still a desire that, oh, I didn't do this thing. And Maharaj will give him, maybe make him a king because he has done the bhakti in the last birth. And then they try to enjoy all the pleasures of life. There are very few, very rare ones who are like Gautam Buddha, who was born in a kingly family, or Raja Janak, who are born in a king family, royal family, and they still walked on the path of spirituality. Very few, very rare ones. Mostly when somebody walks on the path of, okay, I am a very rich person, I am a royal person, they don't care about God because they think they are the God. This is a difference between a Gurmat theory and a theory of Advanta. Because that theory says that we are God. We say we are not God. We have God inside them in the form of Atmram. Sade ch Rab haga, asi Rab nahi hage. But yeah, with Vaheguru Ji's kripa, we can merge in one. We can merge in Atmram. We can. But we are not the God. But in Vedas and all, they believe that they are the God. Kai Kot Siddh Jati Jogi, Kai Kot Raje Ras Pogi. Oh, Raje ne. They think that I want to become a Raja and I want to have all the pleasures of their life. And then there are multiple dimensions, right? There is a Patal Lok, there is Poom Lok, there is Akash Lok. When our surti, when our focus goes up, ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਭਗਤੀ ਕਰਵਾਉਂਦੇ, then we go to there are 14 pavans, 14 pavan again. There are 14 worlds, and they are all inside you also, right? But when we go on the top worlds, like top 7 worlds or realms, you can call it, then you are at a level where when you born again, if the desires are left, you will be born as a human being. But lower 7 has all the Tamuguni and even the Rajoguni and Tamuguni jeeves. That means 84 lakh June. So it depends what was your last thought. It depends what did you do in your whole life. You can end up becoming in a 84 lakh June. You can go back in 84 lakh. And trust me, most of the jeeves in today's world also, they think that they're gonna cross this Maya. It's very rare, very, very rare, because this is the last Jug. After this Jug, there will be 36 Jugs, which will be total darkness. Total darkness. There will be no world. There will be no creation. Jedi hun creation agi hai, Maharaj says, in that, kai kot pankhi sarap upay. Maharaj created all those things, meaning they are part of the creation, they are part of the game, but they were also humans before. But they did the karams, which ended up, they became a bird, they became a snake, they became something in 84 lakh June. Even the stone is considered as a 84 lakh June. In Gurbani, even stone is considered as something which has a life, just like a bird, just like a snake. Kai kot millions are pathar, birk, nipjai. There are many trees, there are many stones, right? Because these stones and trees, if you think about it, especially stones in particular, let's talk about it. They were mountains before, right? Or they were part of some big hill. Then somebody tried to break it. From the life, another life comes. The big trees are also alive. They have branches, they have leaves, they have fruits. But before, at the start, they were just a seed. They became a plant and all. It's a life cycle. It's a life cycle. For every June, there is a life cycle. They are born, they live for a while, they die. Physical beings. There's a life cycle for that. Kai kot pavan pani basantar. Now, one would think, what does that mean? That means there are jeeves who will have more pavan. What does that mean, more pavan? More breath? Not breath, air. Meaning, in Ayurveda, they made it very clear. And ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਪਾਤ Vat, Pit, and then there is a third one also, I forgot. But for us to understand, Pavan is directly related to Rajogun. Pavan is directly related to Rajogun, meaning hopes, desires, wishes, anxieties, and everything. So there are many who will have more Pavan, meaning their mind will be always wandering, always wandering. They will be thinking about desires, and they will have a lot of hopes, they have wishes, they have a lot of anxiety, depression, they have a lot of pavan in them. Pani as in the water. See the good beauty of the Gurbani. Pani, Rane de naal the pani, Nanne de naal nahi. Pani, water means water is directly related to Sattvagun. People who are calm, who are peace. That's why when you go to a beach or when you look into a river or when you look into a lake, जब तुसी जांदे हो ना कदे देखदे हो beaches and all, you feel a lot of peace because pani is linked with sattvagun. So there are many people who are like pani. सहज ही है होना चाहिए. By birth itself, you will see, you'll meet a lot of kids. They have a lot of सहज in them. Kai कोट पवन पानी besantar, and then there are tamoguni, fire element. They have a lot of fire element in them. तुम में तमोगुणी जीव ने. कई कोट देश पो मंडल. I'll see if I can connect the 5 Khands video, which we did it in Japji Sahib. There is the one video, and there is a playlist, Guru Pyareo, of a Japji Sahib. You can go there, and there is one of the video out there, one of the lecture out there is of the summary of the Khands. When we talk about the Taram Khand, what is Taram Khand? Taram Khand is this place, all of earth, or wherever the jeeves are. There are different countries in there. They have different names in there, right? And there are a lot of mandals there. Maharaj says there are millions of them. Even these mandals, different realms, remember we were talking about 7 are the pavans, 7 mandals are lower ones, and 7 are on the top. Within these mandals also, there are many different kinds. The small ones, these are high level, they are 7, but there are many, many. Maharaj says there are millions of countries, millions of planets, millions of realms where the life exists. Physical life exists, not just the subtle life. Physical life also exists. Maybe, and now even, science is talking about multiverse. There are multiple universes, many galaxies, there are many life places where the life can exist. Kai kota sasir sur nakshatra. Now, there are many moons, many suns. Obviously, if there are many galaxies, there will be many suns, many moons, and there will be many stars. And all this universe is within us. This Brahmand, all the Brahmand which we see outside, it is inside us also. Jo Brahmande soi pinde jo khoje so paye. Kai कोट ससियर सूर नक्षत्र, कई कोट देव दानव इंद्र सिर छत्र. Now Maharaj is talking about Devi Devte, Devlok here. It has been a belief that there were Surs and Asurs, right? They were the angels and they were the demons. So I always recommend everybody to read Chandiki Var, because there Maharaj has described what kind of demons were there, and the Devs had a fight with them. So now think about it. We have to go more in deep to understand this wisdom. This wisdom is amazing. When Maharaj is talking about the demons, don't start thinking about the mythological people or physical forms which are there and they have some physical, maybe they have horns on their head, or they are ugly looking, or they have the blood is coming out from them. Not like that. They are also the subtle bodies, just like these 5 doots which we have inside us. They're just like that. And inside us, there is Atam Ram also. Inside us, the Naam is also there. So when somebody do a bhakti and end up on the 7th or 8th mandal, on the upper mandals, or upper realms, they will become Dev. If somebody, angels, but if somebody will end up in the lower mandals, lower realms, they will end up becoming a Danav. So that's why Maharaj says there are millions of angels, millions of these anti-angels, devils, you can call them. There are many. Kai Kot, Dev, Danav. Who is a ghost or who is a devil? Maharaj says, Kal mein pret Jin namna pachvatta. Whosoever has forgotten Vaheguru, who has become a Sakat, Maharaj consider them as Danav. They have so much, they are so much into Maya, they don't want to leave this physical earth. Even they have lost their physical body, they still stay. And they end up in the lower mandals. That's why Maharaj says, Kai Kot, millions. Kai Kot Dev, Danav, and then Indra, Sir, Chhatra. Meaning, in this creation, there are obviously the Indra is also a name of a Devlok, the king of Devlok. And Maharaj says they have a chhatra on their head. And this is a truth, Guru Pyare. It's again a subtle bodies, angels, and people who have experienced these angels, they have some sort of, umbrella on their head, some nishan on their head, right? Some sign is there on their head showing that they are Devi Devtas, they are angels, they are Pariyan. Pariyan, Shabad Gamanaya. We also say they are Sheet Singhs. But they are all subtle bodies. When they have the Sir Chhatra, as in they have umbrella on their head, a canopy on their head, what does that mean? Meaning they have certain duties. They're subtle bodies, many of them, but they have certain duties. They have to help others. When we start doing Rom Rom Simran, जब ਅਸੀਂ Rom Rom Simran करते हैं ना, our Rom Rom Simran increases when these angels, these Pariyan, these Sheet Singhs, they come close to us. When you start doing Simran, just a normal chanting, and ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਨ ਟਿਕਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, when your mind is steady, what happens? These angels will start gathering around you. And more they gather, the more Rom Rom Simran will start. More every cell of your body, because they are there, they have a duties. Sir Chhatra, they are special angels. Their duty is to help us cross this ocean. Some people get scared. They say, oh, somebody's moving me, I'm feeling a heat and all. I feel like somebody's always sitting at me. I always see these white figures and all. They are there for your good. They are there for your good. They also, their food is naam. They want you to jap. They want you to jap more and more jap, so that your japana can become a simran. They help us crossing this ocean. So it's good. Don't be scared of them. If you are japping naam, if your mind is not moving here and there in, lust, greed, anger, attachment, ego, then you will not be touched by ghosts or the devils. There are many kinds. Maharaj has also talked about those kind of devils also, what different forms of devils are there. But mostly people who come to Sachi Sangat, and I'm not talking about only Sikhs. If a Muslim person is saying Allahu, Allahu, Hindu is saying Rama, Rama, Hari Ram, Hari Ram, or Buddhist chanting, or whosoever, they will have angels surrounding them. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸਿਰ ਛਤਰ ਕਈ ਕੋਟ ਦੇਵ ਦਾਨਵ ਇੰਦਰ ਸਿਰ ਛਤਰ they are special angels. ਸਗਲ ਸਮਗਰੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੂਤ ਧਾਰੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ this is all the samagri, this is all the different things which are there, or different entities of the creation which are there in this whole universe, and they all are connected. Just like, when you connect two things with a thread, they're stitched together. Similarly, this creation also has a suit. What is that suit? When we are in the physical body, that suit is in the form of air, breath, pavan. But when we move out of the body, right, still that component of Atam Ram is there. This is very, very strange. I'm telling you right now, this is an amazing thing Maharaj has created. Maharaj, Vaheguru is such an architect. God is such an architect who has created the creation, and he decided to stay within each of that creation ਸਮਗਰੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੰਨ ਕੰਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਘਟ ਘਟ ਮੇ ਹਰ ਜੀਓ ਬਸੇ even in ghost ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ this is a game but ghost's mind is so much wandering that it cannot think about the ghost. So to give you an example so that we can understand more, let's say you have a room. There is a light, there is a switch. What we are here to do, we want to switch on that light. But if we are not switching on that light, it will be switched off. But light is still there. It just switched off. That's the difference. The moment the light is switched on, they will move from the lower mandals to the upper mandals. But that only happens if they somehow, with Vaiguruji's kirpa, with the grace, they get another physical birth of a human being, or they get in a company of a Gurmukh. Mostly, the ghosts will not be there near the Sachi Sangat. Mostly, 99.9% of the time. But they are in the clubs, discotheques, all these places, clubs, pubs, and discotheques. I like to say that. It rhymes. Clubs, pubs, and discotheques, where all the negative energy is there. What are these? They are all negative energies. But somehow, let's assume, I don't know why Vaiguruji is giving me all these which are right now, but let's say if somehow a Gurmukh goes in a club, pub, and discotheque, for whatever reason, if it is a true Gurmukh, they will be able to see all these. And if they are under the hukam of Vaiguru, those Gurmukhs, and the hukam of Vaiguru is that even the pret has to get a physical body, the kirpa will happen. They will put their drishti on those prets. They will get a human birth. Kirpa ho jayegi. That's why lot of Gurmukhs have, if they have pets and all, when the pets are there in their family, the pets are so much close to them, they get so much love that if their Bani is being read, pets will listen to the Gurbani. And this is a personal experience I'm telling you. We had a dog, and whenever me and my wife and our family, we used to go in the room of where the Maharaj Prakash was there, we used to read the Bani or do the Simran. Our pet used to sit in front of the room, always waiting for us, resting and enjoying the Gurbani. She always knew that we are there for, because they can understand. They have there's a separate topic which we will discuss more in the Dallas camp, but there are waves, there are electromagnetic waves. The dog has a different frequency which we can't hear it. We have a different frequency, but when Gurmukhs do the Simran, their frequency changes, and that's how we hear the Anad Shabad, Anad Bani. But Maharaj says, Sagal Samagri Apne Soot Tare is all connected through that Naam, through that Atam Ram. It's all connected. That's a thread. Nanak jis pave, this nistare. See? Maharaj is putting a stamp. If Maharaj wants that the bird can cross this ocean, he can. Does not matter whether it is a ghost or a whatever. If he wants, Nanak jis pave, this nistare. That person, that being, that entity will cross this ocean, will go to the Akash Lok. Kai Kot Rajas Tamas Satak. That's what we were discussing. There are many beings who are in the Jugun, many beings who are in Tamogun, many beings who are in Sattogun. कई कोट वेद पुराण सिमरत और शास्त्र. There are many spiritual paths, there are many wisdom, many religious books which are there. And that's why Maharaj says there are. But what are we looking from them? Are we reading them only for the rituals? Or are we trying to get into a naam, into the word, into the shabad? Veda mein naam uttam so sune nahi fire jo bata. In the book of John in Bible, it comes, the word is God. That shabad. There are many scriptures. Kai कोट किए रतन samund. In the lot of oceans, there are many jewels. Ratans are there. Pearls are there in the oceans. And they have very high value also. Even in those pearls also life exists. They are also part of the creation. They are also part of the life. Kai कोट Nana prakar jant. And there are some which we can't even define them. Different types. There are different types of beings are there. We cannot even describe them. There are probably no words for them in a normal language. Kai कोट किए चिर जीवे. There are some which live for a long time. Kai कोट किए चिर जिए. He created them and they are living forever. Chiranjeev. They say they are Chiranjeev. Hindus believe that there are 7 Chiranjeevs. Hanuman is one of them, who is in this world forever. He never left the physical body. I'm talking about the physical form here. But we believe only Satguru is a Chiranjeev. Right? But there can be beings which are there forever, which were created but never left. That's why sometimes, when we go to, some state forests and all, regional parks and all, you see these trees and all, they are forever. They are thousands and thousands of years old. Kai कोट गिरी मेर सुवर्ण थीवे. Giri is like a mountain. Maharaj says there can be mountains full of gold. They are full of gold. They are made out of gold. There is a story by Raghbir Singh Bir, where a Gurmukh Pyara searched for those mountains. Now, if you will think about it, that wisdom of the Guru, Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, when we take that wisdom, we can see those mountains in the form of a wisdom, in the form of a Shabad inside us. Kai कोट गिरी मेर सुवर्ण थीवे. There are many mountains which are there, which are made out of gold. Kai कोट जख्य किन्नर pisach. Remember, I was talking about the different forms of, negative energies. Jakhya, Skinner, Pisach. There are many. Those tantrics, they do the siddhis of that. They basically meditate on them so that they can get those negative powers. There are many, millions. Kai कोट पूत प्रेत शुक्र मिर्गाज. Different forms of negative energies, the devils, like prets, ghosts, demons, and many. Shukar is pigs and all, but these are not normal pigs. They are pig shaped. They have head of a pig, and the body is made out of something else. They are a mirgaj also. There are many different forms. Like they have a deer face, and I have met the Gurmukh who told me, who has done the darshan of those. He went to a realm, and he saw those where there was a half body of a man and the half body of a pig or something, and there was a mirgach also. But they are all in the lower mandals. They are not in the upper mandals, right? They are not on the upper realms. Sabte nera, sabhote dur. What does that mean? Very important. Maharaj is saying he is close to everybody, but if the wisdom of is not there, then he is away from everybody. Then he is not close to them. If we will jump now, if we'll do Simran, if we'll experience him, because he's there, we know he's inside us, bahar nahi jana pada, then he's close. But if somebody is ignorant, gyan nahi, Gurbani da gyan nahi. That's why more gyan of Gurbani is needed, so that we can be close to Vaheguru. Sab te nera, sabon te dur, Nanak aap alpat rahya parpur. But Maya cannot touch him. He is alpat, rahya parpur. And he is pervading everywhere. Everywhere. As in Vaheguru. Aap means Vaheguru. Onu pehchan hai si bas. How can we recognize him? By going inside. Andar jo to jamange. When we'll do Antargat Simran. That's why keep on repeating, because a lot of people I've seen, they do a lot of Saskira Simran, but they don't do Antargat Simran. Andar nahi jante. Andar hi Tirath hai Guru Pyareo. Antargat Tirath Mal. Now, aao ji. Let's do Saskira Simran. Wah, tummy in. Listen to your voice. Guru, tummy out. Listen to your voice. Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru. सेवा कर लो गुरु को प्यारो. वाह गुरु, वाह गुरु, वाह गुरु, वाह गुरु. कर लो सेवा गुरु प्यारो. कबल. वाह गुरु, वाह
Guru, what? 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 Guru, Vah 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 Guru, Guru, Vah 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 Guru, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਅੰਤਰਗਤ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਮਾਨੀ ਬੋਲੇ ਮਾਨੀ ਸੁਣੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਹਮ ਅਵਗੁਣ ਭਰੇ ਏਕ ਗੁਣ ਨਾਹੀ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਾੜ ਬਿਖੈ ਬਿਖ ਖਾਹੀ। ਮਾਇਆ ਮੋਹ ਭਰਮ ਪੈ ਪੂਲੇ, ਸੁਤ ਦਾਰਾ ਸਿਉ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਲਗਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸਰਨਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸਰਨਾਈ।